Okay, I call this meeting to order for the Franklin Civic Celebration Committee on September 19th, 1922. Roll call, John Bergner here, Robert Knackert on the way, Doug Clark,
Here.
Mira Kresovic,
Here.
Ann Adamski.
Here.
Others in attendance, Tony Magna
Here.
and Pete and Sherry Kosovich.
Here.
And our
Dennis.
Dennis here from Lions Club,
Franklin Noon.
from Franklin Noon Lions Club. And we have Angela Christie, our new member here. Welcome to the committee.
Thank you.
So let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance then.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I spoke for you.
Thank you.
Hi, Bob.
Hello. Hey. Thank you.
Hi, Bob.
Hello. Hey. Had it been on time, I cut my finger and bled all over my shirt. Made it change. Thank you.
All right, with this. Oh yeah. With this pamphlet, you're gonna have to share it with them then. Share it with them.
All right.
Let's go over what we got going on.
Citizens' comment period.
Yeah, let's start with the citizen comment period. That's, citizens here want to make a comment? Okay. Then let's start with our days of 2023 event to be decided. That is because last time we met, we decided as a committee to have the festival on Friday, Sunday, July 2nd. I took the proposal to Common Council, and they expressed disbelief in it. They did not agree with it, and they said we should reconsider. They all, not all, but, and they said we should reconsider. They all, not all, but most of them that expressed their views said we should have the 4th of July date, have the festival on the 4th of July also. So I said I'd bring it back and we'd all talk about it. And so I said I'd bring it back and we'd all talk about it. And it starts here with the first page is the request for spending for having the festival for 3 days. And that would be fireworks on Saturday night. And then we'd be done at 11 p.m. on Sunday, July 2nd. And July 3rd, then we could do our cleanup. And we could all have our 4th of July to spend any way we want. Second page there shows what would be the alternate. Alternate would be to have it for 5 days, starting with Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday night, and then all day Tuesday. Now, we did talk about having it for 4 days. We did a whole bunch of surveys, and the more I looked into it, or entertainment, sound company, it would be kind of a big problem not to have anything on Monday. The food vendors would have to take all their food back. The sound company would have to take all its equipment down, re-put it up on the 4th. To do the 4th, we'd be running into a lot of problems there, and we'd also run into a lot of more cost for them to come and reset up the sound. And, you know, it was then considered, and Mira did the survey that we looked into, so why don't we look at what we got from the survey?
To be very
That
clear,
is page 2.
to be very clear, this is not actually a survey because of the methodology. In order to actually have a survey, you would have to have 1% of the population of the city, which would be 369, I think, responsive. So we did a convenience request, I guess, from Facebook community groups and also the FHS alum. I don't know which groups responded. I didn't look at who responded. All I can tell you is there's 86 responses. So not close to 1% of the city. In other words, only people that cared enough to voice their opinion shared. So it's not that it's not valuable information, it is, it's just not a survey. It would be the equivalent of like 86 emails that were written to the committee. And that's how it should be viewed. Most of the people that responded did attend the event. Most of the people that responded, the largest group on which days they would prefer, 46.5%, said they wanted a 4-day event, nothing on Monday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, nothing on Monday, and then nothing on Monday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, nothing on Monday, and then Tuesday. But John just explained why that's not feasible. The second largest group wanted a 3-day event. That's 31.4%. The smallest preference was for the 5-day event. For fireworks and for the parade, there's a small tip, but I wouldn't say that's significant in any way, especially given the sampling. So I would call that an even break, 50-50. And then because I did listen to the Common Council in a remote shuttle, because that was brought up by one of the alderpersons, and the largest response is by far no, they would not use it.
And I don't think we'd be able to with the security measures. There's no way.
But
I think we're screwed that way.
But we inquired, and it doesn't appear that would have used it. So I don't think the response shows that it's a good idea.
That's been our historic experience too. Every time we've had to shuttle, like one year we had 7 people ride it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other survey was the parade survey. The parade survey was also 50-50 for Sunday versus the 4th of July.
I would call fireworks and the parade split even, 50-50. But even, 50-50.
Yeah, very, any questions on the survey? Okay, then let's look at the inside page 2. Request that I would do if we did 5 days, okay, which would be Friday, all the way, same nights, same times, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then Monday night would be, we say 5 o'clock to 11 because the carnival would open at 5, but we wouldn't bring the band in to play we'd have them there from 7 till Tuesday would be the same as we did for the 4th. So what we're looking at here, we're doing 5 days with that Monday night being additional from what we just did with the 4 nights. We did 4 nights this last year. This year would be 5 nights, but the 5th night is that Monday night, and that would be just at night. So we're talking about volunteers. We got to get extra volunteers, to be there for that.
Should we mention that how many estimated shifts there are with a 5-day?
We're going to probably just do 2 shifts, one for.
No, but I mean total for a 5-day, 85.
We just do 2 shifts, one for.
No, but I mean total for a 5-day, 85 shifts.
Yeah, 85 shifts versus.
Well, 85 people you would need,
Yeah, for 85 people.
not
Yeah.
shifts.
Versus a 3-day Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Versus a 3-day Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That was probably about 70.
Well, subtract off 4. What is that?
85 is what we would have needed this year,
Subtract off.
2022.
Subtract off 36.
I would say add an extra 10.
Yeah, because for one shift for the bar would be probably
At least
6 to 8, and the ticket booth too.
And not all people show up, correct?
Oh, right. Right. I mean, that's where we all had to fill in.
A lot of those people
Yeah.
come back.
Like Carl,
Like
like
Carl.
Carl. He knows Carl.
Carl's a regular, I think we're.
And he knows Carl well.
I know.
He golfs with him.
Very well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
I work for him.
I
used
know,
to
I
work
heard.
for him.
One thought I had was because on the Common Council, when, I made the first presentation, make it, make it Common Council night,
Yeah,
Where-
it'd be nice to see them.
where we have someone organize it, where the Common Council, the work in the bar and in the ticket booth. It'd be their night to get to know the people out there, get involved. I think, we could
They've
have.
always had that opportunity, correct?
Yeah, right, but this would be there, and then we, and if, we could have someone organize that, with the Common Council people, see how many people we can get,
Well, there's only 6 of us.
right? But like when we do, we all bring friends, you can bring, you don't have to just be you guys, it could be friends too, friends and
Family.
family.
For what night are you talking about?
That Monday
John?
night, that extra night.
And Monday is the slowest night.
And, well, it's the night before, it's,
Yeah.
another
Oh,
thing
it's
is,
also the 3rd of July this year, so.
it's, the night before the 3rd is always a good night also. So the slow night that I would predict is gonna be Sunday night,
Talked to Greenfield, Greendale, Hales Corners, and Oak Creek. Greendale isn't doing anything on Tuesday. All they're having is a parade.
They're still doing the parade though, huh?
Just having the parade on the 4th, yeah. So at least we'll still have that feeder route, but we're still back with our same problem we had with security. Oak Creek is still deliberating, they're not sure what they wanna do. Everybody else is definitely doing the 4th.
Does Oak Creek do a one-day event? That's
No,
all?
they
Okay.
do usually 2 or 3.
Okay.
They just said,
That's
no,
all?
they
No.
do usually 2 or 3.
Okay.
They just said they haven't decided on how they're gonna do it this year.
If we did the parade on Sunday, we wouldn't have the security problem, right?
Correct. And we'd have more people, because we'd have people obviously who can't get from that parade on that day, they can come to ours. Because they're already committed somewhere else.
I know you said Bella Keene draws in the most people and they have to be there on Friday.
Yeah.
How do the food vendors and the carnival people do on that day?
We do beer sales wise, we do number 1, and we had it figured out, it was, what,
35% of the sales.
35%, and the next 2 nights, Saturday and Sunday, equaled another 35%, so they equal 2 nights of sales.
So you're figuring the band is the draw.
Well, no, because
Well-
let me back up a little bit on what that 35% means. We looked at a number of years, and it was then standardized for every day of the week. There is no Thursday data that is not the 4th of July. There is no Sunday data because 2020 was canceled because of COVID. There is no Sunday data because 2020 was canceled because of COVID. Out of any day of the week, 35% of the sales are on Friday. So that's like if you had a 7-day festival. I'm sorry, I needed to clarify that.
Bella King draws in more in that one night. Bella King draws in more in that one night than we do the rest of the festival.
Right, well, I guess my point was, if it's not Bella Keene and it's not on Friday, is there another band on a Saturday that could draw in the same amount of people?
Probably.
Even from the standpoint of attending, you get, I don't know how many people would go multiple days, over 5 days to attend the event. That's one of my questions.
When we also ran it with Bella King too, people, we've always had if they draw people to come for the festival, it draws them there right at the start and gives them that opportunity. If we had Bella King as the last band,
Well, no,
we
I'm not
lose that.
saying, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying 5 days is a long festival.
Yeah, we've done it. I know we've done it we've had a 5-day festival in the past, You know, 4 days,
I know we did
is
4,
almost,
I don't remember 5.
If you had
way.
enough people to help out, it wouldn't be that bad. But like everybody in this room is there all the time. I don't think people realize how hard it is to do well. People realize how hard it is to do well.
Well,
To
it's hard-
volunteer
and it's
like we
harder and
do.
harder and harder to find people to do it.
Yeah,
you know.
So now we're just asking for an extra day.
yeah. It's tough.
And it just would only be the 3 days that we wanted. It will only be, you know, this coming year. It would be, and well, next year it's on a Wednesday, so probably next year also. So, but it's not something we want to constantly do. If we have the 4th of July on a weekend, when you have it on the middle of the week, it's either then, or do it Monday night and then Tuesday. I've already got we had problems with the tents, getting the reservations on the tents. That it was done immediately after the 4th of July. Book the tents for next year, you know, problem.
Book them for 3 days.
No, they're up for a week. They go,
They are?
yep, you pay the same for the tents for a week that you would pay for 2 or 3 days. Same price. Because most of it's in the installation and the
It's setup and takedown is the
and
biggest cost
takedown.
they have, so.
installation and the
It's setup and takedown is the
and
biggest cost
takedown.
they have, so.
so they don't have any cost in between, so. Yes, Mira. I'm recognizing Mira.
I just want to add in that the data that I was looking at in terms of ticket sales, looking at the long term, the years that I was looking at in terms of ticket sales, looking at the long term, the years that I looked at, Bella Cane wasn't on Friday every year. There was a year they were in there on a Wednesday. The draw seems to be that it's Friday night. When you look at census data and when you look at the Bureau of Labor Statistics, Franklin is predominantly families, professional families that work Monday through Friday. So Friday night comes, they want to go out. That's what seems to be the biggest draw. So I would advocate strongly against having any type of.
So,
And whether we tackle it this year or next year, we're gonna have the same problem the following year, because we're on a Wednesday,
it's on a Wednesday, right?
and we're not doing.
Well, then you
6
can't do a
days.
weekend lean, no, you can't do then that would be Tuesday, Wednesday. You know, Thursday's a work day. And we've done that in the past. We have done that. And, you know, you take a big bite for the rentals. What is that? Thursday?
Next year's Thursday, isn't it?
They skip Wednesday?
Oh,
Next,
yeah.
next 23
If
is
it's a leap
Wednesday.
year or whatever, it skips.
So next year is a Thursday?
In
Okay.
24, it's a Thursday.
Next year's
Oh, the
23.
2 years away,
2
right.
years,
Yeah.
And then that solves us that problem, because then usually we do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and take off Sunday. So we do 3 days then.
So we do it after the 4th then.
Yeah. We used to, many years ago, Sunday was a dead day, and it just worked out better to, you know, we closed it up on Saturday. So the only time we're running into that problem then is this coming year. So it's either 5 days or 3 days. But Common Council was pushing us to do,
What I didn't hear in the Common Council meeting was the frequency of occurrence. It sounded, I mean, if you didn't look at the calendar long term, it sounded like there was a suggestion to move permanently the festival the weekend before the 4th of July. It's only because it's a Tuesday. And I did, I don't know, over a 40-year span, and it happens 14% of the time that the 4th of July falls on a Tuesday. So upcoming years, until looking at all the years to 2042, this would literally happen on 2023, 2028, and 2034. So 3 times out of the next 20 years, this would happen. I don't know if that wasn't clarified
Yeah.
and there was, I don't know if that wasn't clarified
Yeah.
and there was a reaction then to it, or what happened.
I think part of the problem is fiscally, I've been here long enough with you guys, a day and a half festival loses money, a fair amount of money because we have a lot of fixed costs, mainly the city and the tents, and the fireworks, those are all fixed costs of parades, and so we have to have a cushion built into our reserves that we do have, but you just can't make money on a day and a half.
Right.
Not make money, but
You know, until 2020, when is it on a Wednesday?
29.
2029? I'll be,
He'll be retired.
how many of us will be here? Alive.
We also had a parade on the 4th.
That too would be a real, just,
When the police officer was here, he said that that wasn't a good idea. You gotta staff it.
Just
then.
trying to get it all in there.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Staff it
Just
then.
trying to get it all in there.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, the police said that would not be a good idea.
you know, because then they come for the parade, and then after the parade, they're all there at the festival grounds. You know, we have the ice cream giveaway, then we give out the ice cream. And then they come down, you know, to the giveaway, then we give out the ice cream. And then they come down, you know, and then they go to the food vendors, and a lot of them get their lunches. You know, that's when the food vendors are, that's when you asked about the sales for the food vendor. They do very well on the 4th. That's their second best day, other than, you know, if we got, you know, a full capacity crowd, you know, like Friday nights. But food
that's-
vendors,
Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
that's all right. The food vendors, you know, they like the 4th of July, and then talking to a couple of them, they said, you know, if we just did Fridays, they were concerned about losing that 4th of July sales.
Whatever day we do the parade on, the food vendors are gonna do very well,
Yeah,
because that's when all the families come down. So if we do the parade on Sunday, they're gonna do very well,
yeah.
so.
Hey, John?
Yes.
You were mentioning 5
Citizen
days.
John.
Is 5 days, or has ever done 5 days?
Greendale just last year did 5 days.
And do you have any feedback that we'll never do it again, or?
Well, they really did 4 days because they closed up on the 4th when it started raining.
Yeah,
So they
well,
were
because of the
closed
weather
most
though.
of the day.
But they did
Right.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
So they
Well,
planned for 5?
Yeah, but I don't know, but this year being the only planning for 4 and being the 4th is on Tuesday, I'm surprised they aren't doing 5, so maybe that
Because they're probably eliminated Friday.
has something to do with it. No, they're having Friday through Monday.
Friday.
It's something to do with it. No, they're having Friday through Monday,
No?
and then they're just gonna have the parade.
Yeah. And did he say about their fireworks? What,
No, I didn't even ask, I didn't.
yeah, because I'm assuming that would probably be the night of the 4th. That, not need to, but we want to make up for the lack of, you know, for canceling the fireworks where we got a lot of people disappointed. So that's why we want to do fireworks on Saturday night. In this budget then, on that second page, if we run 5 days, that is fireworks on both Saturday night, if we're doing the 4th, we'll have fireworks on 2 nights. And we've done that
I
before.
thought the police didn't want to do that either.
They didn't
No,
want to,
they didn't.
they didn't want to do the Friday, when we talked Saturday, Sunday.
Well, yeah, we talked about Saturday being the night of the fireworks. But if we run into rain again, we could always
Yeah, have a
on
makeup
Sunday.
day. But that's,
So they said they could do that. Cause he said they just throw out a group text on Saturday if it's raining, and then they send out another one Sunday if it's raining, and then they send out another one Sunday, then that's when they would make up.
I think we should clarify that with
Yeah.
police
it's-
department? Because I heard
exactly.
a little different.
Yeah, he
Okay.
said he said they staffed for 2 nights,
Yeah,
one being the rain night. So that way, if it doesn't rain on the night of the fireworks and the next day, they can call out and cancel everybody, and they can go about their business.
Right.
But he did say they have to staff for both nights, like, we're gonna have fireworks 2 nights.
yeah.
But that was
One of
2
them.
nights in a row, though.
But one of them was gonna be a cancellation because he has to, but now
I
he's
would-
saying, yeah, you're gonna have to run that by him, because now if we're gonna have 2 nights of fireworks, he's gonna have to staff up for both, not a rain day, both nights.
Right.
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 And it
And a
doesn't
rain
boost
date in
the,
case,
the
yeah.
level of the display like we originally intended to have 2 displays worth at one.
Fireworks instead of 2. That's gonna be, we're already pushing ourselves with 5 nights. You're gonna have 2 nights of fireworks. That police overtime's gonna kill us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Between that and traffic control and.
And we lose parking.
And well, parking's always been.
No, but I mean, we lose that parking spot, because don't they close that down for the fireworks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that way if we have it on the night of the 4th, we're okay using at least that lot those couple days. We'll have that.
And not have it on Saturday?
Yeah, I think so. That's just my opinion.
And not have it on Saturday?
Yeah, I think so. That's just my opinion. I think we should just do one night. I mean, why rub any more salt in the wound of what happened this year, you know? Have one
Okay.
night and that's it.
Because, what do you think, Doug? And fireworks is a big draw, you know?
It is.
It does add to, you know, that's why I put in $40,000 for fireworks. You know, it was 20,000 that we were gonna spend this last year when it got canceled. And that was an upgrade to it for this last year, so that's, you know, if we go out next, you only got a certain amount of time that they can blow off, and we added to the grand finale. I think it's gonna be something that, you know, you get the show to a point where it's as good as it can get, you know, and Tony, you know how booking with the fireworks is. Yeah, Mr. Knackert?
Yes, well, talking to the fireworks people, like 25 minutes, the crowd's attention starts to
They go away.
drift down, and
Yes. So that's what we did. We did lessen it by, instead of 25 minutes, we lessened it to 20 and just have a better grand finale. You know, because that's what everyone enjoys the most and remembers. What everyone enjoys the most and remembers. So we, you know, we would still spend the $20,000, you know, for fireworks, you know, whenever, you know, if we did it just one night. And it'd be still a great show. It'd be a lot more than we did in the past. And it'd be still a great show. It'd be a lot more than we did in the past. Past was 17,000.
is it gonna be that much more with the higher prices for fireworks, though? Just like higher prices for everything else?
Yeah.
Price
From
of fireworks are probably
How
gonna
many
go up.
shells?
But I asked them, gotten the Saturday quote, but I just budgeted for 20,000. It might end up being 25.
Does he give you a breakdown of how many shells the 25,000 gives you?
Well, and actually, he's gonna. What they did was, they're gonna give us They had this.
Right, so they still have
They-
that merchandise.
They have all that merchandise, so
At
they're
no
gonna store
price.
it and bring it out next
Right.
year. And that's why, you know, it's gonna be better, but it's not gonna be bigger and better.
Mhm.
You know, but if we did 2 nights as a makeup, fireworks does draw people at night. You know, and it.
So are you saying if it's good weather for the whole festival, we're gonna have 2 nights of fireworks?
The way I suggested it,
That's
yes.
what you're suggesting, and then if Saturday's rain, we'll have a double on Sunday?
If Saturday rains, then we would do
A double on Sunday?
If Saturday rains, then we would do Sunday and Tuesday night.
Oh, Sunday and Tuesday night,
I
okay.
thought we weren't.
Now you're.
Yeah, the
now-
venue-
yeah.
oh, there's
Now
good-
you're staffing for 3 nights.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought,
yeah.
because,
And there won't be any vendors.
No, that's if we do 5 days.
Yeah.
That's if we do 5 days.
Yeah. The food vendors would be there on Monday, Tuesday also?
Yeah. Yeah.
My understanding from what I'd heard Captain Morris say was that he didn't even want to talk about scheduling a rain date because he didn't want people on standby. That's too difficult
Just gonna schedule them
and
as-
flat out commit.
Yeah.
So
It's
now
nice.
if you end up with a rain date in there, that we're
It's gonna have-
automatically
yeah.
paying for 3 nights.
I don't know if we're paying, but
But,
if something, yeah, he's gonna have, that's gonna be a nightmare for them.
yeah, because you'd have the same people
Yeah.
3.
Well, let's just get that settled then with the, you know, how many people are for fireworks just one night? Raise your hand. Yeah. Okay, for 2 nights? One night.
One night one.
And then what do we do? If we do 5, you know, we do night of the 4th. I think the night of the 4th would be better.
You don't have that backup day though either.
Yeah,
remember
that's
Randy?
right. That's true. Don't have that backup day. That's why we go back to that 3. If we did it for just 3 days,
Yeah, I don't.
that's true. It's,
Yeah, it's-
Everything would be much smoother and run better Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
yeah.
And it's not like it's a permanent change that next year it would include the 4th again.
Because it's on Thursday.
Thursday. Yep.
We
Yeah.
would have this issue again for another till 29, I think, 28.
So were you saying, Doug, don't do anything on the 4th then? Is that what you're saying? Just?
Yeah.
Yeah. The way we first wanted to do the 3 days.
I watch you're saying, just?
Yeah.
Yeah. The way we first wanted to do the 3 days.
I watch you
Go up
come,
north with your family and enjoy your, you know,
I watched your common council meeting. I didn't make it with John, and
yeah.
I don't think that's gonna fly by the council. They want stuff on the 4th.
If they want to volunteer, come on down. Come on
I
down.
know, but I'm just saying,
No.
they make the actual,
Come on
I
down.
know, but I'm just saying,
No.
they make the actual decision. They
Okay.
advise them on it. and-
And so many people are used to coming to the 4th, you know, and if we do the, you know, the parade and the food vendors and entertainment, unless we close at 6, second night,
Oh.
maybe close at 6 rather than go all the way to 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 'cause people work the next day. I think it'd be so much smoother. 3, I asked all the parade people and they loved it. They thought it was wonderful. They wanted Sunday, because they said, you know what, we can still do Sunday. They want to do more.
I talked to the vendors and I got the same thing from them. From the food
Yeah.
vendors.
Yeah, and our security issues. There is no way we can shut the whole city off by 10 o'clock if we're a feeder parade. Just like Mayor Olson said, yeah, they're all coming to our parade, but they can't get to it. It's shut down. They can't get to it. It's shut down. So
Just-
what do we do?
Just curious, if for some reason we were allowed to have the 3-day weekend, the 3-day festival, would vendors then still be available, or would they find something to fill our slot on the 4th
On
of
the
July?
No, they would all,
Find something to fill our slot on the 4th
On
of
the
July.
4th.
no, they would all be available.
Okay.
Oh, just, that's still a big, you know, they'll be,
They're still having the festival, yeah, it's just moved.
No, but I meant like in
Yeah.
future years, if they would still be committed to coming.
oh
And I
yeah.
would think it would be busier.
It
if
was
nothing else is
actually,
going.
this idea was actually suggested by
By the food
Bruce
vendors.
of
By
the
Bruce.
3B food vendor. It was
And
actually his idea.
And he was talking to all the food vendors. You know how they talk. And they wish it was Fridays, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Don't they have the 4th of July to themselves too? We're not,
Yeah. Well, their main reason is getting employees. They think now it's
And
really hard.
employees,
It's really
yes.
hard for them to get workers.
yes. That's why
And when
Bruce,
it's on the weekend, they can have people that have a regular job that help out family and stuff.
yes.
And you said earlier, product home also, like on Monday or something.
If we didn't do Monday where we
Okay.
voted, but then more we thought about it just, and more looked into it.
Why would they take their product home?
A lot of people have, you know, like Dianchi,
A lot of them leave it out the night of before we open.
yeah, but they gotta leave that for,
Before we open.
Well, yeah, but they gotta leave that for almost a day and a half, just sitting
Yeah.
out.
We've never had a
Some
problem.
don't even lock their
People gotta
coolers.
work on Monday.
I don't know why the raccoons haven't found it, but they've had the stacks of the bread and the bread racks, and they've never had anything mess with it animal-wise.
You know,
They've never had anything mess with it animal-wise.
you know. Well,
The people that I've talked to in the community overwhelmingly thought it was a good idea to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And it's only for the 1 year or 2 years.
sure.
They actually said they
Next
wish
year.
that it would be, the first weekend
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
The Friday,
Well,
Saturday,
But you
Sunday.
can't
Well,
do that
essentially it
before.
would be, but
Right.
then it usually includes the 4th of July. It's just that because of the way the calendar falls, it's 14% of the time it's not going to be.
Could we present it that doing the 3 days and our reasoning why, not mentioning that, because us being off on the 4th isn't a big deal. It's what we signed up for. We knew this is what was gonna happen. But we also have to say, okay, if you guys like this 3 day and you want the 5 day, then we need a commitment from the council to help, because we need that night. We need help that Monday night. And they're part of the community and they're representing our community. You should be visible just like the rest of us. Does none of
Mr.
us. Does
Mr.
none of them
Fonz?
participate?
When you're looking for volunteers, it's harder to staff for 5 days. You know, it's one thing when you're paying your people, but when you're a volunteer organization, it's harder to staff for 5 days.
Yeah,
And may I just
yeah.
clarify for the audience that the Lions volunteers are different than the Civic Celebration volunteers?
Because Lions are volunteering for Lions,
Yes.
No.
not for the
Right.
city volunteer. They're not with us. So somebody who says, oh yeah, I volunteer, part of your world, so to speak. You're not
Right,
in
but
our
I'm just
world.
saying it actually requires, when
Yeah.
you think about it, if we were to count the new Lions volunteers as well, we would need even more.
Right.
So, I mean, we get relieved a little bit because.
Thank you. I think we really have to work on getting ticket dispensers, so we don't need ticket volunteers.
We'd love to have that, right? That would be,
The carnival does it, we gotta really look into it, it's gotta be able to do it, and it only takes like one person there then to keep an eye on it.
That would relieve,
So we got,
that would relieve.
so we got to talk.
the
to
problem
Chip.
is, they're buying beer tickets, I know, with the thing, not carnival ride tickets, so.
Right, but,
But we would need more than
Since-
1 or 2 machines. We'd need at least 4.
yeah, you know, several machines, I don't know. Chip has, I think, like 6 or 8 of them, or,
Yeah, that'd be,
Chip has, I think, like 6 or 8 of them, or.
yeah, that'd be,
And are they
And
cash
I
or
don't- what?
can they do check, can they do credit card?
I
or
think they can
cash?
even do credit
I
cards.
think you
Yeah,
can
they
there.
do
Cash or
both, I
credit
think.
card.
Well, then,
yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of may cause some financial concerns because there's usually a 4 to 6% charge or fee for using a credit card.
Right,
to us, right? Or, and
Yeah, to
almost
the-
like a time machine problem.
Yeah.
Well,
Essentially,
probably the
yeah,
same.
and the festival would have to eat that.
we
But would
wanna,
they use the time machine? So if they
Yeah.
want.
But you as the owner of the machines would have to pay a fee.
Yeah, why would we have to pay?
'Cause
oh,
that's
we
what
rent,
do.
the ATM company we rent from, we rent those
Okay.
machines.
Oh, gotcha,
we don't rent them, they pay us like a commission off the
Right, they give us a
machine.
percentage.
And,
It's
Now
not,
that runs his own business.
right,
When he gives the bill to the client, he tells them, he's like, I'm gonna add on 4% of the quote because if you charge it, because that's what I get charged.
right. I'm not sure what our credit card machines do when someone goes and gets, I'm not sure what our credit card machines do when someone goes and gets $20 out of the machine, what kind of fee are they paying? You gotta be paying something.
well, yeah,
Do you know what
Just
that
like
is?
PayPal, it's so much a transaction plus a percentage.
Right.
yeah,
But it
we
could
get
be
50 cents.
I don't know what
We get-
percentage they want, you can do anything.
Yeah,
But it
we
can
get
be any
50 cents.
I don't know what
We get-
percentage they want, you can do anything.
Yeah,
So the
You want that.
yeah.
ticket machines would relieve us of volunteers, but that would, seems like it would increase costs for the attendees.
Yeah. But we always want to look into that because it's so not, it's, we have to buy tickets.
Well, we made that the machine may charge them the fee, then so we set it up so we charge them a fee for running a credit card through.
Yeah. We'll do research on that. Yeah, that would be,
And if they use a debit card, it's a lot less than the credit card for the fees.
no one, even Summerfest, right?
Someone's
takes-
gotta be first.
Huh?
Someone's gotta be first.
Yeah, that's true. Can't,
I mean, Chip switched to it for the rides, and he does well with it.
yeah, we should talk, we should talk to Chip about it, where he got those from. Okay, any other feelings, ideas or suggestions? You got anything else, Ed, from how you saw it at Common Council?
It's hard because I see both sides. I see both sides of it. I really do. I'm concerned about staffing for both sides of it. I really do. I'm concerned about staffing for 5 days. Just don't know how that's going to happen.
What is their main reason they want to do it? Like, what is their reasoning, I guess? I didn't see the meeting, hear anything about it,
Well, I think.
anything about it.
Well, I think everybody had some questions, and you know, it is the tradition of doing it on the 4th. I've had a conversation with somebody else that said they actually did the declaration on the 2nd, and it's not the 4th of July. It's my concern is, are enough people going to come over 5 days to make it worthwhile? Are we going to have enough staffing there for 5 days? You know, on the other hand, it's what the citizens want, and everybody in this room is a citizen, and you guys have been working on this committee for an awful
Isn't
long
what the
time.
citizens want. How,
And you've done this for a long period of time. You've kind of dialed in what works and what doesn't work.
and that's why the 3-day
Maybe-
recommendation was
Maybe
made.
cut the closing time from 11 to 10.
The carnival does good after that time. The bands are all set for a regular time they play, 3.5 hours, so that always run, most festivals, they all run till 11 o'clock,
Not like the Rock, they close their music down at 10:30.
till 11 o'clock.
Not like the Rock, they close their music down at 10:30. I don't know if that helps, but
Yeah. But it wouldn't make any,
Yeah, well.
Mira,
I just wanted to add in that I thought it was an interesting comment or comments that I saw from people that speak out online, on Facebook in particular, that they are upset, and I understand why they're upset that Trick or Treat was moved to the holiday proper. They don't want to celebrate Trick or Treat on holiday proper. Everybody's insisting that the 4th of July take place in the middle of the week instead of the weekend before. That was kind of ironic to me, and I was shocked by that. That's just my personal comment.
gotcha. And then we looking then, so if we do 3 days, it's $116,000. And if we do 5 days, I gotta subtract the fireworks, we're talking about $112,000. Wait a minute,
It had to be more,
yeah. Oh, yeah, well, 112, well, yeah, it has to
way
be,
more.
yeah. Oh, yeah, well, 112, well, yeah, it has to be more.
That doesn't include DPW or
No,
police, that's fine.
that's our biggest cost, actually, is DPW
The police.
and police, yes.
Listen, and for the older people,
Yeah,
I
that's
was gonna say,
132,
we had
but-
the only city that I can find, and for the older people,
Yeah,
I was
that's
gonna say,
132,
we had the
but-
only city that I can find that
It was
charges their 4th of
116.
July committee for police or DPW. Nobody else charges their committee for it.
You added up wrong?
We're the only one.
Oh, the entertainment, that's right. The entertainment's added on.
Entertainment, are you looking at 9 bands then? Or, because you would have,
Friday night 1, Saturday 2, Sunday 2, that's 5. 1 on Monday, 6. And then if we did the full 5 days, 7, 8.
okay.
8 bands. There's some mistake in our addition here. 26. Yeah, because it'd be more on the second day. If we're spending 7,000 more for entertainment, 8,000 more, and the 20,000 more for fireworks, it's 28,000 more. That would be 144. Why is it 132?
Because you're gonna have fireworks only on one day, right?
Yeah.
You would
Well, I'm
cut that
subtracting that.
$40,000.
I mean, but our addition here made it 132. Here made it 132. Mr. Knacker, get your pad out and add those up.
Add up what?
The
I'm
second
getting-
page,
On the second page, which one, the
all
23rd?
the entertainment, 2023 requested.
39, 79, 79.
Something's wrong there, but
Yeah.
I got like 134 too, but
oh,
that's just in my head.
then maybe the 116 is wrong.
No, I got 116.2 on that. I think I saw the 30.
You're right,
60,
132.
no,
No, you got 132,
Yeah.
right?
that's right?
I think so.
Why does it not make sense? It's got 20,000 more, oh, okay, we had 30,000 for fireworks, not 20. Okay. On that Saturday, 30,000 dollars to what show he did. That would make it better that we promised. On that Saturday night, if we did 3 nights, spend 30,000 on fireworks rather than 20. People can come to our fireworks and they can go to another one elsewhere on the 4th if they want. Elsewhere on the 4th if they want.
And again, this isn't like a long-term plan change. It was just because this year it's on a Tuesday. Next year, the plan would include the 4th, correct?
Yes. Fourth would be out on the Thursday, 5th and 6th. Fourth would be out on the Thursday, 5th and 6th.
I think it's important to note that.
All right.
With the parade being on Saturday
Sunday.
or Sunday?
Sunday.
Okay.
With the 3-day plan? you mean?
No, with next 2024 with Thursday.
Isn't that always on
Thursday,
It'd be
the
on the
Friday,
4th. It'd be on the
Saturday.
4th.
Okay.
Would be on the
Fourth.
Thursday, the 4th.
Okay, the parade would be on Thursday. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Would be on the Thursday.
All right.
Good clarification.
Yeah.
All right, well, next step, and all committee members can vote, official committee members can vote, and we'll do it with hand raising. Those in favor of 3 days, raise your hand.
As first option.
Which 3 days?
Huh?
What 3 days?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Okay.
only. Those
That
for
works
the 5 days?
Yeah,
Mr. Knacker?
yes.
Oh, I shouldn't single you out.
You can
Mr.
single
Knacker.
me out, I don't care.
Well, and it would, they both would work. It's just the fear of, what do we do with an extra day? If we
What?
can't get people?
It-
What do we do with an extra day? If we
What?
can't get people?
It's the volunteer issue.
Yeah.
What is
And
that?
of our time,
I don't know if it would work 5 days.
I mean, we could do it, that's not.
We have done it.
It would be like normal,
We've
but
done-
it's just that if you
With
know,
that day in
if we
between.
can present this to the council with, it's just that if you
With
know,
that day in
if we can
between.
present this to the council with them, asking them
to do
if
the
they can
night.
make up the extra for that day, I think we'd be okay.
It sounds like a motion.
Well.
I'll second that
yeah.
motion if you make that motion.
Okay, that's another thing to, common council work the 4th day. Would you be in favor of 5 days? I would have also said
Yeah, I
yes.
would have said yes, yeah.
Yes,
And you, Mira?
yes.
So it would be more, better decision to do 5 days if that happens. So I gotta present it to them.
You gotta do both, yeah, I think both should be presented.
5 days is brutal on us.
It's a lot of work,
Yeah.
even setting up for that parade on that Tuesday. I mean, if they wanna come and help set up with the parade on Tuesday also.
Well, they should be in it.
Yeah, well,
Well,
Yeah, I was gonna
this
say
year
they have to
somewhere.
be in first.
You know,
And even
every
that,
year
we've got
somewhere.
that down, it's not even that. If they could make up that surplus
It's the
on
volunteer
Monday,
shifts.
I think we'd
Volunteer
be
shift.
okay.
I just have a problem because you don't see anybody until the ice cream's being handed out. You don't see anybody from Franklin.
I saw 3 people in the parade. Only 3 from a common in the parade. Only 3 from a common council in the parade. And then I did see 2 current common council members handing out ice cream and a former. It would be nice though. When all this is said and done, I have some ideas for the ice cream that may make it maybe a little more streamlined or different.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'd rather not do it right now.
Okay.
Let's worry about that chicken when.
Yeah, we're about it. I slept through the parade, so.
Well, then let's have a revote.
Well, no, I mean, you basically,
I know,
I think we represent our 3-day, and if they squawk at it, well then, okay, we have a contingency of, we'll do the 5-day, that's not a problem,
but
but.
you staff
we-
Monday.
Yeah, and
Unless we
they may
can.
want it the 4th of July.
Or
the
even
council.
that
they
night,
do,
yeah.
they do. Ed was there, I was, and you guys, see, it is.
Michelle was in the parade.
And I understand they're wanting to do that too, so.
And that's
And-
nice that they do that.
And just to clarify too, I can't speak for all of the alders, but one is a police officer
Yes.
that works second shift, and I can understand where he works holidays, and that may be why he's not there and available.
But is he working Monday?
I don't know.
You know,
Or maybe they would
Like
want
I
to
said-
change the date to a different day for the Alderman Day. Or maybe they would
Like
want
I
to
said-
change the date to a different day for the Alderman Day. Or the Common Council
Yeah,
Day.
yeah, cause that extra 60.
but it's the last.
You know, I don't know why the city or the police department doesn't want us to have our own security.
Have you any experience with private
We'd have
security?
our own security police.
But I'm saying, do you have, when my school had private security, they're the ones that we got on videotape as backing the vans up in the alley to unload the computer lab into the school no longer hired private security. They would only hire retired police officers as security now.
And incidents, if something would happen, who backs up the security?
Right.
You know, you
And
don't
then
wanna,
there's the
you don't
delay
wanna
in
burn
time.
that, yeah, you don't wanna
Right.
burn that. And they handle it, they have a way with these people that they can talk them into anything. You know, they schmooze them and they respect them, and that's a good thing, that's what you want.
And I think if something really happens, you want an actual police officer there. I respect them immensely. So-
And just to have people clean up and set things up and fix things when you need them fixed.
Too bad we can't get the city to take some of the cost of police and DPW, because they don't do anything. They just give us a little bit of money for fireworks.
Yeah, it was.
Since this is a city sponsoration, the city should actually pick up the cost for the police department and DPW.
Bob, didn't you say that we're the only community that doesn't do
Yeah.
that?
That doesn't want.
Pick up the pay for the police and DPW?
Right, we're the only ones that have to pay it out of our committee. We're the only ones that have to pay it out of our committee. And I was gonna ask John, that you got all the papers from the old days, don't you?
Mhm.
I guess see which year they started, because they didn't in the past.
They didn't, it's
And also
probably been
one-
10 years now, been going on for
Up to
10
I was
years.
gonna say, they didn't in the past, and
Yeah, they never charged in
in the past, and
Yeah, they never charged in the early
Yeah.
part. You know, when we were just a small city,
Yeah.
less than 5,000 to 6,000 people. They never charged, because it only was only held 1 or 2 days.
I like
Knacker.
I like how
Knacker.
I like how in the
62.
police too, when you've got a problem and you have to call somebody, but if I remember right, looking at the numbers, like some of these officers are costing us like $160 an hour to be there, the lieutenants and sergeants and.
Well, the cost last year was $40,000. That was, expense was entertainment at
Well,
$33,000.
their total expense.
Total expense, right?
What was the total for everything?
164.
Okay,
That
so
doesn't
40,
include-
so they were like,
That
Fourth
doesn't
of it
include
is
DPW.
something.
One fourth.
Right.
Yes, it does include, the police and DPW was 40.
It's in there?
No, because I'm back with the police.
Okay.
This is only for things I gotta get a contract for.
Okay.
Gotta
I
get
didn't
approval.
understand.
I'll make this picture to Common Council again, because we got a lot of new members. One of the things I can't comprehend is, for the police, the DPW, they charge us for their health insurance. They would have health insurance whether during the 4th of July health premiums.
Dental too.
Why?
That's just how it
That's what
is.
they do.
Yeah.
They're covered 24 hours a day anyway with health and dental.
You
and
can't
whatever.
buy insurance for 3 days or 5 days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, if there was no festival at all, the premium would be the same, and
Well, but our intent isn't to make money here though either. Aren't we supposed to break even?
right, we're not trying to make money, but
Right,
just
but
make it a little bit
Yeah,
easier on
well-
us not to have to.
You know what, as long as they show up and they help clean up and they take care of everything, who cares?
Right.
And the
Yeah.
and the city does give us 13,000.
Right.
They do give us, Mrs. Wilhelm brought it up, would you want more money? But my goal was just try to get as less money, this is taxpayer money, so I'm trying to do it, so we don't need any
Yeah,
taxpayer
we're trying
money.
not to be a burden on the city.
Right.
We'd
not-
love to have it.
That was,
And we
you
do
know,
trying not to be a burden on the city.
right.
We'd
not-
love to have it.
That was,
And we
you
do
know.
pretty close to it. And
yeah,
No, but if we had, I'm just throwing something out there. We had a pool of money, several $1,000s, you could open it up to fundraising groups to say, instead of just volunteer, for your group, we'll make a donation of $1,500 if you have 20 people for
I
day, 2
can
days.
see that being a hornet's nest.
Yeah, it gets complicated.
And then what if I am with a certain group that may, and
Well, I
I
was thinking
say,
more like schools or churches.
know what I'm
or-
saying,
yeah.
though?
Or if it's a church group and they got the separation of church and state stuff we get into. And
that's a hornet's nest.
all right.
Get some of that free money that Biden wants to give us.
And sausage.
All right, so with the days of 2023 event to be decided, I will present to Common Council that the committee here recommends the 3-day event, and based on their acceptance, we were willing to do a 5-day event if on one of the nights, well, I think the Monday
be
night
Monday.
the Monday would be the best, that, they bring in their volunteers and come and make it a city, bring in their volunteers and come and make it a city night, volunteer night.
Monday seems to be, is that correct, Ann? That Monday seems to be the most difficult to recruit volunteers?
Chair recognizes Mr. Knackert.
sounds like we're trying to blackmail the Common Council. 5 days, but you have to do this.
Oh, they don't have to do it, it's just kind of courtesy, I think.
Thing that
We
they,
give a
thing
little,
that
we
people
give a
don't
little.
understand is that if you do a 5-day, it's really 6 days for us.
Seven.
7.
7.
6,
Set
7,
up
8.
Because I mean, setting up, taking down, that's
The
what
data center.
I'm, that's what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
After the festival's over, taken down. You know what I mean? So
And all we're asking for is to switch.
if they, I would say that if they wanna come and help with the takedown, on the 5th, I'm cool with that. Like, it's a lot, do it, who's gonna do it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
And to bring up the point of, we signed up for this, that we want off on the 4th. Nobody wants off on the 4th. We're trying to make it as easy and as streamlined as we can.
Yeah.
We
Right.
don't know the issues that they have when we have parade morning and nobody can get through because the city's sealed off. Well, that's wonderful, we're secure, but how do you get people in here? You can't get our people in to be
Yeah.
part of the parade.
Well,
And a lot of these people now want to be paid in advance, because I think this is happening in other areas. So we're paying some of these units to come in at $3,000, and they're sitting on Loomis Road, and they won't let them in. So you think they're gonna send the check back? No.
no, because they
That's the
committed
whole
to the
issue.
time.
We just
Yeah.
gotta improve our way of letting them in.
We have to, then that's gotta be worked
Right.
out, but
And
this
this
is not enough.
The schedule change for being before the 4th of July, like Ann said, I don't know if it got caught, so I'm gonna reiterate, is this year, this 1 year.
Yep.
Just to make mention, as of before this event in our over the last 25 years, there is $95,000 in there.
In our reserve fund.
Can we spend it?
Can we wait
That's-
to 26?
That's their money though, that's
I was
their,
just gonna say, it's in the general fund, the city can take it and
Can
do whatever they
disappear
want.
anytime.
But
They're
we'll-
not necessarily holding it for us.
we'll be using,
Necessarily holding it for us.
that for the Christmas, Christmas cost parade for the electrical updates, so, but it went from 2017, it was 65,000, then next year went up 5, then it went up 7, and then, next year went up 5, then it went up 7, and then, the year of COVID, we had, it went down 8, and then it went up not this last one, but the one before that, it went up 25,000. That's when everyone came out after
That was the
COVID, and,
first one, yeah.
that was a fantastic, that was a fantastic. Okay,
That was kind of confusing, it sounded like we made huge profits.
I have to leave. I want to thank you for allowing me to be here. And
Thank-
I wish you guys the best. So, and you got a hell of a sales job coming tomorrow night. Take care.
okay, so then, the business related to the Independence Day celebration, we went over a lot of that, and then the next topic is, and if you guys, anyone can come and join me, I would appreciate it.
That
We
would
could all,
probably be a really good idea.
I think, we should all be there just to.
Do we have
I
to
mean,
wear
it's
yellow
a
shirts?
committee of citizens that
Yeah,
are dedicated to getting this done, and that should be seen.
Meaning-
Even for all of those watching on TV.
Meeting's at 6:30 starts, so,
Are you on the agenda?
30 starts, so,
Are you on the agenda? Yeah.
Right after trick or treat.
it might be
Bring
back.
candy.
We might have a wait,
Yeah.
we might have a wait involved.
Okay.
All right. And what about, Mr. Knacker, the chair recognizes you.
What? Okay. I think if we did the ticket machines and my beer buffet set up, we wouldn't hardly need any vendors or any volunteers. I want to have the beer set up that the people went in, walked down the line, picked up what beers they wanted, and paid at the end.
2 people then.
Too
Well,
everyone
who's
has
gonna
a
pour
dollar.
it?
2 lines.
And the lines,
You see what he's
the
saying, Doug?
lines
Yeah,
that
but
would be
they-
involved,
Yeah, they just had 2
Yeah.
lines and they walked right through and they paid at the end.
they would drink the beer and dump the can before they even got to the register.
Oh, they would be
Right.
bad. But we'd have a cop standing there then, a police officer. It helps at closing time, so.
Okay. And then, plans for the 2022 Christmas Parade, 2nd annual. Gonna have to give them a date.
Oh, did we? I
For-
thought that was all done.
It was.
Yeah.
Wasn't it
December
the
3rd, because we're doing it.
Yep.
Oh, Didn't we, I
For-
thought that was all done.
It was.
Yeah.
Was
December 3rd, because we're doing it with the
I know,
Civic.
but did common council get to approve it?
Oh,
I just assumed, because we used to got it last year, that we're just an ongoing thing, because they wanted us to be
Yeah.
part of
Well,
it.
usually we gotta give them just to approve the date. So if you could bring that up tomorrow for approval. So if you could bring that up tomorrow for approval.
And the name needs to be approved.
Oh, and the name, yes.
I gotta bring that, I forgot that was approved. He did approve it,
He did?
yeah.
I thought so, but
We want, instead of Franklin Civic Celebration, we want to be Franklin
no,
Independent.
Independence. So
Independent.
keeping it shorter.
So we used 25 years I've been doing it. Maybe
my daughter always said
35.
it should be called Franklin Fest.
No.
That's what she wanted.
In high school, we always called it Legend, and that was it. Are you going to Legend?
I never heard any
Franklin, 4th of July.
Of July.
Oh,
All right, any other comments?
I'm older, we weren't lazy back then.
Chair recognizes Mr. Knacker.
Have we looked into the electrical for the food vendor?
Yes.
Vendors instead of that trailer and
The request is in with DPW to have it
these
generators.
generators, but
Yes.
we're gonna have to get them all the kind of plugs or whatever they need for the vendors though, because they all use different.
No, we got that all done.
Okay,
He's got the power requirements, and
okay,
so they just gotta get the electricians to do it.
right, that's what,
Yep, it's all in the DPW, that would be big, to get rid of those generators.
right.
Generator, but that costs us $4,000 just to run the food vendors.
Yeah, just for the gas, well, they gave us such a big one this time, and we didn't need one that
Yeah.
big.
That,
They give it to us free, but it cost us a lot.
Are we looking into new beer tubs or some
Yes.
kind of
yes,
freezer or refrigerator?
look at this, yes.
And there's 3 different models, yes. Got the round barrel form, they all hold between 2 and 300 16 to 20 ounce cans. This one 100 16 to 20 ounce cans. This one is 502. You've got a square one, see they're all 2 compartments. You've got 805. And this one's a larger version of the first one that holds almost 400 cans. And the first one that holds almost 400 cans, which is 800.
And these are coolers.
These are cool.
Yeah.
And they all have, you can have the name, you can have them customized with your name on the front. They all have the bottom hookups where you can just open them and all the water comes out if there's any water in there.
How-
No?
There
I
was,
think
We had
six.
4
there was
tubs.
6 for the beer, but then
Because then there's
soda
12
too.
total
Water.
compartments.
But then we had soda under the count, remember we had soda,
Soda on the side.
2
one.
tubs of soda.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's holding how many?
The square one, this one, the smaller one holds 196 20 ounce bottles.
Last one you showed, the bigger version of the first one?
This one holds, oh no, this one's bigger, I'm sorry. This one holds 224, and this one holds 109, well, they're all about the same, so you're probably 20 off. This is 196, this is 220.
Didn't we have
Uh,
8, didn't we
Chair-
have 8 tubs for the beer?
Chair-
8 tubs for the beer the last time? 4 on each side?
Yeah, and then one on for the soda, 2 for the sodas. We had
Right.
soda on
We
north
need
and
8.
south.
and water.
The sodas, we could probably use the old black bins for still.
I think these things would be way to
Yeah,
go.
'cause 12
They're on,
ounce-
It
12
cost
ounce
a big
cans.
chunk of money, so.
Yeah, they hold 450 12
They're on-
ounce,
It
12 ounce
cost a big
cans.
chunk of money, so.
Yeah, they hold 450 12 ounce cans, or 296 12 ounce, 16 ounce cans.
and the one you have there has a cover on it, which I
The
think
square
is,
ones have the cover, yes.
that would be in nighttime to close up the covers. I think up the covers. I think I like the idea of a cover.
But you don't need ice.
Our ice costs will go way
Yeah,
down.
you need
You
ice
still
in
need
the
ice.
initial,
You need
yeah,
ice.
to cover them, but I would think that ice would last all day.
And ice, we spent
A fair amount on.
a fair amount of money on ice. Yeah.
We had ice
That's
problems
the one
last
thing.
year.
Nice thing is they've got a holder for an umbrella, we could use it as side kiosks if we ever wanted. In the future, you know,
Mhm.
to have them on the side.
Oh, the city might want to use them for other events.
Could go down the parade route with that.
Sell popsicles?
I was wondering if we could get the little one like at County Stadium, and cold beer.
So sponsors?
on the front, the name, the beer sign
Yeah.
on the front, like Budweiser, Bud Light, with Budweiser,
Oh.
not Bud,
Well,
Coors
this
Light.
you'd want your name on. This would have our name
Yeah,
on.
it comes with that. You're paying for it no matter
Yeah,
what.
you'd want your name on, and we want Franklin Independent.
We need a label to see which ones we're grabbing. The people
Right.
don't read them, and if they were on the front of
But yeah,
that,
if you've got the individual covers, you can fit them right into the squares and you lift it up, get your thing out.
we're not gonna be lifting for every beer, take the cover off through the
No.
day.
I wouldn't put the names of the product on the front, because it may
But-
change.
No,
You
but
can
on
do,
the
it, but
top.
it's hard for the people though, because the volunteers are standing in front of, we never put nothing in
Well,
front of
we
the
can worry
checkout,
about
right in front of it,
signage
because
later.
Yeah,
it's being blocked and.
or at the back of them, have a big pole behind them that comes up and has the
Mhm.
sign that
That'd be
says,
the way to do it. Behind it.
right behind it.
Yeah,
Sort of in
sign
between.
them, yeah.
Sort of in
Sign
between.
between them, yeah.
Miller Lite,
Yeah,
Pabst.
Oh, yeah.
5 tickets, yeah.
This is what they had last year.
Just like that. Only better handwriting.
Yeah, but this would have, like you have with the can, a picture of the can and
Yeah.
the tickets, so that'd be so much better. Like you have with the can, a picture of the can
Yeah.
and the tickets, so that'd be so much better.
Well,
Okay.
We can tend to build something for it to hold the
Yeah.
sign prices or just different brands. He'll come up with something.
Yeah, this is a side view. It's got little handles, you can pull it, push it.
Ooh, what's that one?
That's the one over here.
Is it electric,
That's the one over here.
is it electric
Without
powered?
the
square
sign,
one?
without the sign in the front.
Mira brought up a good point about those with the wheels on it. We just have to put some wood down to wheel them in and then wheel
Oh,
them out.
often, yeah.
Because they will
Wet.
sink,
Yeah.
so, but we can cross that bridge.
Put
Put
when
one, would have plywood underneath them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, then, there you
Yeah.
go.
We've had wheeled ones in the past, but I don't remember if we had a problem with them or not sinking in.
That's a good idea to have plywood under them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would.
We can always store the plywood in there.
Right.
Yeah. Or use old signs.
All right,
Okay,
They have
motion
ground
to
contact
adjourn?
too.
the wheels, I like the wheels.
Mhm. Second hand.
For the ice, I think I'm gonna go to like either Target or Pick and Save. And a couple of years back, one of them had said they would store ice in their big cooler for us. We just had to go get it because we had such a problem this year running around to go get it because we had such a problem this year running around and finding it. And the
Can I
company-
open up a can of worms?
Go ahead.
What?
Ice machine?
Yes. That would be nice to get our own ice machine.
Doesn't make it fast enough for how
I was
fast we
gonna
go
say,
through
how
it when
much,
we go
yeah,
through
how
it.
long-
Well,
Doesn't make it fast enough for how
I was
fast we
gonna
go
say,
through
how
it when
much,
we go
yeah,
through
how
it.
long does
well,
it take?
but we won't go through it as fast as we did if we get these coolers.
That's,
Mhm.
yeah.
Because
And it'll
somebody
make it
was
overnight.
saying that those things, like, they're really good. Our ice wouldn't have melted, not nearly doing studies on it or anything, but
Right.
from what I hear,
Yeah.
the ice lasts very long.
Well, when
Mhm.
we used the smaller coolers, when we did the Civics grill outs, they were filled at 8 in the morning with soda, and they brought them out to us, and we'd have the grill out at 10, and at 4 o'clock, they were still full of ice.
Yeah.
I think $500 to rent the ice machine. So right there,
We should see how much an ice machine costs.
So those are just the storage things you mean, or 500?
no, the
Boxes.
big Home City ice.
Yeah, he's talking about a
Boxes
machine that
making
actually
it.
makes the ice,
Yeah.
right?
We make our
It
own.
Yeah.
produces the ice.
Well, I know, but
Do we have a recipe?
that's just,
We need somewhere
I
to
can
put
make
it.
one.
In the hot
This year,
garage,
actually,
like
one of the
steam
places
cold.
we went to was Andy's to get ice. He made me and my son go in his back room and bag our own ice so that we wouldn't empty out his display.
Oh, jeez.
So me and Ben are back there shoveling ice in the bag.
I have a question on the coolers with the cover. Is the cover removable, or is that something that has to be raised and lowered every time?
From the other pictures, I saw it removed.
It's removable,
Okay.
otherwise it gets in the way, really. You put them on at night to help.
No, I just wanted to,
Did we cover our beer at night at all?
No.
Then what-
I just wanted to,
Did we cover our beer at night at all?
No.
Then what past
Yeah,
years?
because they've got one laying
See, we should have thrown a
sideways.
cover on top, just hold empty boxes and
didn't
stuff.
have that though.
Yeah, it was all water. They were
Yeah.
sinking or floating.
And Brian did call and say he had
So those are all, you'd have to have electrical outlets for those.
No.
No.
Why?
The
Not
coolers,
plug-in.
aren't they
They're just-
They're
electrified?
just-
It's basically just a big
insulated.
cooler that
Oh.
powers.
Yeah, no. Oh, God, no. No more cords. No more. Enough.
But I think we should get those.
Well, next meeting we can look and see.
Yeah.
If they say they take 3 to 6 weeks, but you hate to get them now, where are you gonna store them?
All right.
How much are they?
The bigger ones are 800, the smaller ones are 5.
We had a lot of problems with the ice melting in the tubs we had.
$4,800 for 6.
Yeah, it would pay for itself over time with saved
Yeah.
ice, actually.
Saved
That
ice,
ain't
right?
In the past 2 years, people have been running around town
Yep.
buying
Between,
ice.
yeah, between gas and everybody's gas tanks for how many mornings we were out, between gas and everybody's gas tanks for how many mornings we were out sucking
Well, and just the
everybody's
panic.
ice.
And the fact that we had some of it also melt, we're taking it out of ice water rather than ice. Yes,
How many pounds of ice did you buy? Roughly, Roughly?
I had it on my list, but
I'd say about
couldn't even tell you.
at least 100 pounds.
100 pounds.
Are you kidding me?
I bought 1,200 pounds.
I bought $200 worth.
I got like $700 worth.
He had Quick Trip
And
took all
they
this.
stopped putting it in my car. He's like, ma'am, your axle.
What were they, 50 pounds each, right?
20-pound bags.
Wasn't there a
Thought some were
52 then when you
42.
filled it up?
No, they're 20-pound bags, 7-pound bags, whatever we could get.
The big ones you did was,
Why do you ask? Just curious.
Well, I'm looking at an ice maker that makes 900 pounds of ice a day, and it's $1,200.
Boom.
But again, where would we store something like that? 'Cause
And
that
you're
couldn't
using
be
it
in a
once a year.
garage.
Well,
Yeah.
they'd have to hook
Yeah.
that,
Something like that, 'cause
And
that
you're
couldn't
using
be
it
in a
once a year.
garage.
well,
Yeah.
they'd have to
Yeah.
hook that up.
It's gonna be in a hot
Yeah, it
garage.
hooks you up to water.
You have to
That's
put
the
water
problem.
line and-
You have to have the sanitarian look at it every year.
Clean it, yeah. So you don't get any-
Too bad.
No Legionnaire's disease.
It would get drained, Douglas.
That the city's got a nice,
It would get drained, Douglas.
that the city's got a
Yeah.
nice
or
machine.
just, or just the freezers to store it, to be able to buy it and have it stored.
And I think, yeah, those boxes would last us all, if we had the 5 days, it'd last all 5 days.
Yeah, it'd be a lot.
Does the school have an ice machine?
I think they do.
They're
I
closed
think
in
the
the
point,
summers.
we don't have the water hookup.
I don't know if their kitchen is a separate, for us, it was a separate entity. So I don't know how, but it would be nice to inquire.
Yeah, maybe we could get our ice through them and.
Completed topics. Do I have any suggestions?
We motion to adjourn already.
Second.
Second.
Nobody listened.
Motion
Any
to adjourn.
opposed?
No.
Meeting adjourned.